Hi friends, let me take you on a tour of Azerbaijan, the former Soviet Republic. While more than 89% of the population is Shia Muslim, the constitution of Azerbaijan does not declare an official religion, and all major political forces in the country are secularist. Azerbaijan has a high level of Human Development Index, that is 80 out of 189 countries as in 2017. It has a high rate of economic development and literacy, that is 99.97%, as well as a low rate of unemployment. According to etymology, Azerbaijan means protected by the holy fire or the land of the holy fire. One of the Azerbaijan's most famous sites is Yanar Dag or the Burning Mountain, a natural glowing fire burning on a hillside along the Caspian Sea. Yanar Dag is a natural gas fire which blazes continuously on a 116-meter hillside on the Absheron Peninsula on the Caspian Sea, 25 kilometers northeast of Baku city. Flames jet into the air from a thin, porous sandstone layer fairly steadily. The Yanar Dag fire is never extinguished. Around this open fireplace, the atmosphere is filled with the smell of gas. Only a few such fire mountains exist today in the world, and most are located in Azerbaijan. Due to the large concentration of natural gas under the Absheron Peninsula, natural flames burned there throughout antiquity over centuries, let's say more than 4,000 years.
Down, let's finish it. That's why now it's saving on this part. Yeah, everywhere it's writing like it's 4,000 here. No, I am believe from my side it's only 2.5 thousand, not more. It's from my optional. What's happening here? It's the real gas, which when it's nearby to land, and that's why it's directly coming from the land. That's why it's burning non-stop. Not to hear wind, rains. No, it's every time burning like that. Yes, you can say, or any little places it's turn off. How is anyone coming and burning one more time? No. They balance it from themselves because the wind is making the fire to another side, and the little one also started fire from that.
This is the Atesh Gah, or the sacred fire temple, built in the 17th century in the Surakhani village, a suburb in Baku, Azerbaijan. The natural fires of Azerbaijan are considered to have played a crucial part in the creation of Zoroastrianism, a mystical faith centered around ceremonial fire cults, which appeared in this region around 2000 years ago. Zoroastrianism thus evolved out of pyrolatry, that is, the worship of fire. Based on the Persian inscriptions, the Atesh Gah, or the fire temple, was used as a Hindu, Sikh, and Zoroastrian place of worship. Atash is the Persian word for fire. The central altar of the Atesh Gah resembles the traditional fire altars of Zoroastrians with the openings to the four cardinal directions. We see idols of Nataraja, Parvati, and Ganesha in this fire temple. There were many ascetics here practicing various forms of meditation, which is evidenced in the various illustrative idols. Atesh Gah is a sacred sanctuary built in the place where natural gas produced eternal fire. The earliest part of the temple dates from 1713. The Indian merchant Kanchan Nagara built the central temple, the altar, in 1810. The monument, which forms a pentagon, consists of 24 cells. Inside and on the roof of the temple, there are channels for the blazing fire. Atesh Gah was abandoned in the late 19th century, probably due to the dwindling of the Indian population in this area. The natural eternal flame went out in 1969 after nearly a century of exploitation of petroleum gas, but is now lit by the gas piped from the nearby city. Ateshga was restored in 1975 as a historical and architectural monument by the government of Azerbaijan. Flame Towers is a trio of skyscrapers in Baku, Azerbaijan. The first tower is the residential tower and is the tallest of the three at 190 meters, accommodating 130 luxury residential apartments over 39 floors. A Fairmont Hotel Tower is situated on the northern corner of the site and consists of 250 rooms and 61 serviced apartments over 33 floors. The office tower is set on the western side of the complex, providing a net of 33,114 square meters of Grade A flexible commercial office space. Put together, the three towers of the Flame Towers cover an area of 2,34,500 square meters. The Flame Towers are completely covered with the LED screens that display the movement of a fire visible from the farthest points of the city. Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan, is famed for its medieval walled inner city. Within the inner city, the palace of the Shirvan Shahs is situated, a royal retreat dating to the 15th century, and the centuries-old stone Maiden Tower which dominates the city skyline. Baku is not only the capital but also the largest city of Azerbaijan, as well as the largest city on the Caspian Sea and of the Caucasus region. Baku is located 92 feet below the sea level, which makes it the lowest lying national capital in the world, and also the largest city in the world located below the sea level. At the beginning of 2009, Baku's urban population was estimated at just over 2 million people. Officially, about 25% of all inhabitants of the country live in Baku's metropolitan area. Baku is the sole metropolis in Azerbaijan. Baku is noted as a very windy city throughout the year, hence the city's nickname, the City of Winds. Baku's largest industry is petroleum. The existence of petroleum has been known since the 8th century. In the 10th century, the Arabian traveler Marudi reported that both white and black oil were being extracted naturally from Baku. By the 15th century, oil for lamps was obtained from hand-dug surface wells. Commercial exploitation began in 1872, and by the beginning of the 20th century, the Baku oil fields were the largest in the world. Towards the end of the 20th century, much of the onshore petroleum had been exhausted, and drilling had extended into the sea offshore. By 1900, the city had more than 3,000 oil wells, of which 2,000 were producing oil at industrial levels. Baku ranked as one of the largest centers for the production of oil industry equipment before World War II. The World War II Battle of Stalingrad was fought to determine who would have control over Baku oil fields. 50 years before the battle, Baku produced half of the world's oil supply. The Baku Stock Exchange is Azerbaijan's largest stock exchange and largest in the Caucasian region by market capitalization. So much for Azerbaijan and Baku. This is the bust of the poet Aliaga Wahid, once known as a master of ghazals and satiric poetry. This 10-foot tall bronze bust was sculpted in 1990 by Rahib Hasanov. Embedded in the hair of this unique sculpture are allegorical figures. I don't remember to have seen the likes of it anywhere else any time before. Aliega Wahid was actually a pseudonym for Aliega Iskandarov, who began writing and publishing poems in his late teens. Later, he helped translate Persian literary works into the Azerbaijani language. He died in 1965 at the age of 70. A 120th year anniversary celebration of Wahid's birth was held at Azerbaijan University of Languages in May 2015. While I was clicking photos of this monument, a cute-looking child with her charming smile posed for photograph in such a mischievous way that the child's image is still etched in my memory. This is a statue of Hassan Bey Zardabi, considered father of modern Azerbaijani journalism. Baku Fortress houses the old city and consists of walls and towers surrounding it, and was included by UNESCO World Cultural Heritage List in the year 2000. Baku Fortress was built in circa 1138 and 1139 on the order of the Sharwan Shah dynasty. The fortress consisted of a double wall. The first wall was built by Sharwan Shah III, and the second wall was built during the term of Sharwan Shah Aksitian I. However, the second fortress walls were destroyed during the reign of Russia in Azerbaijan. The first fortress wall still remains. Baku Fortress has two gates, one of them open to the Caspian Sea and other to the land. The city walls, which had a height of 8 to 12 meters and a width of 3.5 meters, provided for Baku's security. In the Middle Ages, the fortress walls were 1,500 meters long, and now the walls are 500 meters long. Old City or Inner City is the historical core of Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan. The Old City is the most ancient part of Baku and covers an area of 21.5 hectares. Ancient Baku was founded where the Inner City is today, which used to be right on the shores of the Caspian Sea. Inner City is the oldest inhabited part of Baku. The buildings are built out of limestone, cut locally and polished to a smooth surface, so most of the buildings share the same colors. Baku's most famous fortress walls were built to be as strong and intimidating as they are today. Baku held a strategic position on the trade routes between Iran and Russia, and the Silk Road brought wealth and riches to the region, allowing its rulers to build public buildings like bathhouses and mosques to house these travelers. Sharwan Shah Palace and the tombs of the royals are also located here. Inside the Baku fortress, we have the Baku Museum of Miniature Books, which is the only museum of miniature books in the world located here. The museum started its operation on April 2, 2002. It consists of 2,913 unique books in miniature form. The tiny library of books in the museum is the result of the private collection of one Ms. Zarifa Salahova and has been amassed over the period of more than 30 years.
We are staying just now in the main tower. We are entering to that part. We start to walk behind Four Seasons Hotel. This one is Four Seasons Hotel. We are start to walk from here. We'll go up Philharmony Park. This one is Philharmony, only for classic music. Then we will walk like that and reach the metro station. It's a metro station. From here we're entering. It's Ali Agha Wahid Monument. Then here Miniature Book Museum. Shirvanshah Palace. Then here, no, there it's home of the artist. After that, we from here entered inside and reach to Maiden Tower. All these ones, it's minaret. All of them, it's masjid. In the old city, we have 11 masjid, but only one of them still working. From here, it's nearby. Only this masjid still today it's working. All another one is closed. And that one it's working like as museum of the Quran, our holy book, Muslim.
The Petroglyph Museum is located 64 kilometers southwest of Baku. Human curiosity to know how our ancestors lived in ancient times has prodded archaeologists to unravel this mystery through excavations and interpretations of inscriptions found in ancient human settlements. The past is always intriguing and challenging. Any museum thus represents the quintessential artifacts of human activities through the ages. Petroglyph means a carving or line drawing on rock, especially the one made by prehistoric people. The Petroglyph Museum is an interactive museum with a lot of interactive exhibits.
Which part of the body you will shoot is more better.
Numerous archaeological monuments peculiar to Azerbaijan were collected and restored in the exterior territory of the Petroglyph Museum complex in Baku. The Barrows archaeological monuments dating back to 3rd and 2nd millennium BC, settlements dating to the same period, residential and other architectural models dating to the Middle Ages, etc., are constructed or recreated in their original form in this 1.5 hectares territory. One interesting tool that we found was the signal stone used by the prehistoric people as a means of communication. The various sounds produced denote various signals like alarm, arrival, call for help, etc. The museum offers an in-depth explanation of the prehistoric petroglyphs or rock carvings found in the area. The exhibit recreates the people who made the petroglyphs, why and for what purpose. The area has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. More than just a museum, the location functions as an educational center with over 20 exhibition rooms. The museum received a special European Museum Forum Award in 2013.
Neanderthals living in here not so long time because after Neanderthals it's climate change and directly
Gobustan, spread out in an area of 537 hectares, has outstanding universal value for the quality and density of its rock art engravings. For the substantial evidence the collection of rock art images presents for hunting, fauna, flora, and lifestyles in prehistoric times, and for the cultural continuity between prehistoric and medieval times that the site reflects. This is one of the largest known concentrations of petroglyphs in the world. Rock art provides a window into the past rituals, beliefs, and artistic abilities of its creators. Another interesting thing we noticed was many small, deep holes on the rocky surfaces which are used as water reservoirs, an unmistakable pointer to their rainwater harvesting skills.
Прекрасно, то есть искусство безопасности связи и шаманизм. Вон три аспекта действия вот этого самого камня бубна. А сейчас мы заходим уже на территорию, прошу идти все вместе. Как зовут вашего друга, который разговаривает по телефону далеко? Дмитрий. Дмитрий? Правильно. Дмитрий, прошу за нами.
ಇಂಚಿವಲ್ಲೇ ಜಗದೀಶರೇ ಬೊಟ್ಟೊಂದೇ ಬಲ್ಲೆ.
And if as enemy soldiers see any new persons just making any type of the sound, which one other ones
Okay.
gets information from
Thank
the sound.
Gobustan rock art cultural landscape covers 3 areas of a plateau of rocky boulders rising out of the semi-desert of central Azerbaijan. The site also features the remains of inhabited caves, settlements, and burials, all reflecting an intensive human use by the inhabitants of the area from the Upper Paleolithic to the Middle Ages. In this early seat of human civilization, travelers from east and west met and settled in a series of limestone caves, and for generations after generation left their marks on the shelter walls. Today, these rocky enclaves, around 20 in total, spread across 3 hills, are the heart of Gobustan State Reserve. Gobustan is thus a real open-air museum. Every year, this amazing art gallery is visited by thousands of people from all over the world. Human settlement in Gobustan dates back to the 8th millennium BC. Its oldest petroglyphs date from the 12th century BC. In 2007, UNESCO included the Gobustan rock art cultural landscape in the World Heritage List. These mud volcanoes are situated about 6 to 7 kilometers from the main road in the vast desert plains. There is no proper road in that uneven, muddy terrain. We had to engage the services of old Soviet carts which ferry tourists from the main road to the site of mud volcanoes on bumpy roads. The drivers were so rash that I thought the cars may topple any time. Underground and submarine mud volcanoes are found in Azerbaijan. Mud volcanoes initially began their activity in the territory of Azerbaijan 25 million years ago. Mud volcanoes are associated with oil fields. Rich oil and gas fields are found in the territories of mud volcanoes. In addition, lava, mud, and liquid erupted by mud volcanoes are used as raw materials in chemical and construction industries and also in pharmacology. About 200 eruptions have occurred in 50 volcanoes in the territory of Azerbaijani Republic since 1810. Eruption of mud volcanoes is accompanied by strong explosions and underground rumbling. Gases come out from the deepest layers of the earth and immediately ignite. Unlike lava-spewing ingenious volcanoes, the contents of Gobustan's mud domes are cold. Their main danger is in their unpredictability. A buildup of pressurized gas in the core can be released without warning, causing possible asphyxiation, triggering a jet of fire and drawing a torrent of fast flowing mud from the volcano. Methane and carbon dioxide gases released from deep within the earth cause Gobistan's mud volcanoes to constantly bubble away, releasing a slow drizzle of wet mud that paints the ground gray and black.
Oldu brother, oldu. Sağ ol.
Anche a